What is up, you too? So today, hold on. First, let's get into the hair. Oh, y'all, the battery finna die. Let me change that. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Kendreas, and I'm back with another video. I know it's been a minute. I think it just take time doing this stuff. Like, you really gotta know what you want to do, plan it out, and write it down, and sit down and think about what you're gonna do. So today, oh, y'all see the hair? Yes, get into the hair. Yes. So today we're gonna be doing a story time. And well, this is a coming out story, but this is basically a story time. So I'm about to be telling y'all my coming out story. So first, we're gonna start out with we're gonna start from the beginning. So when I was younger, in school they used to call me gay. Like, it was always gay this, gay that. Mind you, I'm young, so I didn't know what gay was, like, honestly. Like, gay, like, I thought of gay was just like a word that they just played with. Like, I didn't know what it really meant. So, mind you, I'm probably like six years old. So, it all started, I had moved schools. This is my, I was probably like five or six. I had moved schools and I went to this new school. So the school was pretty ghetto. Like, it was pretty ghetto. Like, I remember riding the bus and we had to stand up on the bus. Like, you know how everybody have assigned seats on the bus? Nobody had assigned seats on the bus. You was either standing up in the aisle, or it was either even people standing up at the door, like when you first come on the bus. So I remember, like I told y'all, it was real ghetto. So nobody sitting down. People sitting down on the bus, but it's like, it was like so ghetto to where the little kids was standing up and all the big kids and stuff was sitting down. So it was like really ghetto. No seats on the bus, just overcrowded real bad. So, and it's funny because this is the only bus in that city that was overcrowded like that. So I started out going to that school, rode the bus, and I was really excited about going to the school. So I got to the school. I didn't know nobody. I didn't know nobody at the school. I had two cousins, so they were my cousins that went there. But we were all in different grades, so I would see them like on the bus or at lunch or something like that. I never seen them during school time, during class. So went to the school, started the school, going to school. At first they started calling me the new boy because I just got to the school and nobody know me, I'm the new boy. So that was okay, I took that. They was calling me the new boy. So, cause like, not even my class, it was like the whole grade, the whole school, I was the new boy. So I guess, time go on, I'm the new boy. And I guess they figured me out, or, I don't know what it was, but it went from the new boy to the gay boy. So, it was like, I remember crying because I went from the new boy. I had got used to them calling me the new boy, but it was like, okay, I've been going to the school for a couple months now, so why y'all still calling me the new boy? And now y'all calling me the gay boy. So it's like, y'all, it was like, what? Mind you, I didn't know what, I didn't say, we knew what gay, I knew what gay was, but I didn't know the full meaning. Like, I don't think I was gay then, honestly. Like, I don't think so. So I remember going home crying to my mama, my auntie, just going home crying. And I remember my auntie asked me, she was like, well, do you think you're that? And I was like, no. I'm like, no. So that was that. The whole time I stayed at the school, maybe 2 years, I went to the school. This was first and second grade. I went to the school. They calling me the gay boy. First grade, in 2nd grade. They called me the gay boy. So, you know, I had got used to it. I took it. It was just the name that they was calling me. I was getting into fights. It was a lot going on. So then I moved schools again. I ended up moving to the school I graduated from. And there it was pretty much the same, but it wasn't as intense. It wasn't just gay boy. They was saying stuff, but nobody let me hear gay boy. I never got called gay boy like being known there at the old school. So I went to this school, you know, I moved to this school in 3rd grade. 3rd or 4th, one of them went to, I think it was 3rd. And I remember just being called, I mean, it was like, at this point, it was like, it would be like big crowds. And I hated big crowds because it would always turn out for them to come to me, come get at me and stuff. So I remember we was all in the gym and somebody had said, they were calling me twisted. And mind you, I didn't know what none of these phrases and all this stuff that they saying. So I was just like, oh well. Like I kind of started taking it better then because I had been, what worse could it be? Like I had already been called the gay boy and by the whole school basically. And the old school that I went to, it was a small town, so everybody knew everybody. Like everybody knew everybody. So I get to this new school, you know, they all calling me gay too, but not as bad as the old school. So we're gonna fast forward to middle school. So middle school is where you really trying to figure yourself out. You're trying to figure out who your friends is, because you're not in elementary anymore. You ain't no more playground. It's like it's getting real. So middle school came. I started hanging with more boys because I wouldn't even say elementary school. I was just to myself. But middle school came. I started hanging with more boys, and it was like people were still saying that I was gay and this and that. So mind you, I had never had no girlfriend, no boyfriend. I never had none of that. So this is where the big crowds, you know, like when you get older, more and more big crowds and people just hanging out and stuff. So I never really hung out with nobody like that. I never hung out with nobody after school. I never hung out with nobody, went over nobody's house. It was always go to school, go home. I never went to a football or basketball game until my 12th grade year. So it was really hard for me because dealing with it. So like everybody would say, I had friends, they would be like, why you never come to the football games? Why you never come to the basketball games? And I would be like, no, because I always felt like that was like, it was a trap. It was a setup. Like, y'all, this ain't no glue stick. This is some cocoa butter that I put on my lips. So fast forward, I remember being at the gym where we had a pet rally. And it was this group of people, mind you, this is the class that I graduated with. So majority of these people, some of the people that was calling me the names, I still know. I still got in my head. I know who it is. So, and you know, I done talked about it with them. So I remember being in the gym, and this girl who I became to be close with, she was like, look at Kendra's. And then I heard her. It's like she didn't even care that I heard it. She was like, and he slick gay or something. I was like, y'all, that hurted me so bad. But I was just like, okay, you know, you just gotta let it go, because if they want to call you gay, mind you, I never had a thought in my head. I really didn't just have a thought in my head like that, like, oh, gay, I'm gay. I never just thought I was gay. So that was 7th grade. That was around 7th grade. So 8th grade came. 8th grade, I remember them telling me like I didn't fit in with nobody. I would never have no friends, and you know, all of this stuff. So I was just like, okay. I got through that because it was like, how can this person tell me I don't fit in, but they barely fit in with the people that they hanging out with? So I just let it go. Mind you, all these people who telling me this, these are like people that, like, as I got older, I started hanging around and stuff, and you know. So fast forward to high school. High school was, I can't say high school was way better than elementary, middle school. It was way better because I guess everybody had to matured a little and got older. So ninth grade came, I didn't have no problem out of nobody. Ninth grade, like that's the thing. In high school, I never had no problem out of nobody. I guess because I don't know, I just didn't have a problem out of nobody. Nobody called me names, not that I remember. Cause I think then by then it was like you had girls. I'm gonna say we had a lot of gay girls at our school, so they were used to the gay girls. Even in sixth grade, we had like a lot of gay girls, so it wasn't normal for, I guess for them it wasn't normal for there to be a gay boy. I don't know. You know. So 10th grade come, okay, ninth grade, and then 10th grade. So 10th grade is when COVID hit. Was it 10th grade? 10th grade was when COVID hit. Yeah, it was 10th grade COVID hit. So when COVID hit, I remember that summer after, no, I lied. Was it? Y'all, I can't remember. Okay, I remember whatever grade. Okay, so it was before COVID hit. When COVID hit, no, the summer before COVID hit, I remember like being on my phone and I was on Instagram and I just kept seeing like these couples and stuff popping up and I was like, like I was like, this was me. I was like, So I remember seeing that pop up on my phone and I was just like, I gotta sit up for y'all for this because this is the good part. So I remember being like, am I gay? You know, is that what I want? Because it had been years and years, like, I had those names called towards me. And it has been a couple years that nobody was saying anything else about it, I remember. So I remember scrolling on there and I had a friend at the time. Well, me and Jazz still friends, Jazz. So we had went to school that morning and I remember I had my phone. And mind you, I used to log out of my Instagram because after that time when I just told y'all that I seen the couple and stuff, I started like following a lot of pages. And you know how on Instagram you used to follow people and it'll pop up on your, what is it called? Like it's like a For You page. It's like the page when you go to search somebody, everything that you done search will pop up like people like stuff related to what you done searched and the people who you follow. So I would delete, or I would delete my Instagram and I would log out and I would delete it and I just go to it when I used it. So my friend one day she had asked to see my phone and why did I have my Instagram still logged in? So she went to Instagram and she was like, we was sitting in the cafeteria and she was like, I don't remember her saying, no, she said, are you gay? Y'all, that was the question that everybody used to ask, are you gay? And it's just like, when they used to ask me that, I used to be like, what are you talking, like, what are you talking about? So when she asked me that, I was like, yeah, she must have saw something. Like, she asked me immediately when she gave me my phone back. I was like, she must have saw something. So I just, you know, I was like, oh, well, she seen something. So then, I remember my auntie had got my phone. Well, my dumb ass still got Instagram installed and logged in on my phone. What? No, I lied. Why I had logged out of my Instagram and had it still installed, and mind you, Instagram, I didn't have a Facebook. I wasn't on Snapchat like that. I was on Snapchat, but I wasn't on Snapchat like that. Instagram was logged out, and she knew that I would be on Instagram, so she kept asking me. She was like, "Give me the password," and I'm like, my auntie just kept asking me, "Give me the password," and I'm just like, "What do you want?" I'm in my head. I'm like, "What do you want my password for?" Like, what you need my password for? So I gave her the password. She just scrolling. She had it for a good little minute, y'all. She had it for a good little minute. So she gave me my phone back. I think maybe a couple days later, she asked me, was I gay? And I was like, no. And she was like, have you ever thought about being gay? And I was like, no. So that happened. So then now we're gonna like everything. I feel like everything that I could have still been in the closet if it wasn't for these phones, because yeah, every person. So I'm gonna get to the good part. So years go by. I got in my head that I like girls. I'm telling myself I like girls because people make it so they try to make it seem like gay people are just it's just so bad to be gay. Like, and it was so hard for me because my family, we would see somebody gay and they'll be like saying things about them, and for me at that point I kind of felt like I was gay. But it's like when you got these people saying something bad about these people, gay people, and it kind of make you feel uncomfortable because you know you're gay, or you know you got a feeling. It kind of make you feel uncomfortable when they saying something about them, and it's just like, let me just be quiet, you know, because I wasn't ready to come out at the time, and I never thought I would. So I had to sit up. So time go on. I remember I remember not wanting to get out of stores, and that didn't have nothing to be about that had nothing to do with me being gay. I just wasn't comfortable with myself. I just felt like I was ugly. I just felt like I just didn't, everything that people were saying about me, I just felt that way. I felt like I didn't fit in. I felt like I was ugly. I felt like it got to the point I felt like I was gay. Like, I had in my head that I was gay. I thought that, but I never acted on it. So, and you know, it was so bad to where for a long time, like, I didn't want to hang out with nobody because I felt like nobody wanted to hang out with me. So I never really tried to hang out with nobody or nothing. So fast forward to, this is right after COVID. So after COVID, I had got a gay friend or whatever, and he lived close by. To this day, we never met or whatever. And I was just like, I just want to get a gay friend. I want to see what it's like. So I had my friend or whatever. We just started, you know, texting or whatever every day. I had a gay friend. Like, I just wanted to know what it was because I never had a really, really close friend. And then I had a really, really close friend, and I never had this. So I had got another gay friend. And mind you, I had just downloaded Facebook. I had just got a Facebook. So I had started posting on Facebook, and my two gay friends that I had, you know, the camera had stopped. You know, on Facebook, like, you can make it to where your friends are private. Well, I didn't have my friends private. I had it where, like, you could be a totally stranger. We not friends on Facebook. You can go look at all my friends. So I was friends with my brother on Facebook, and worst mistake ever. So I had my friends. I had posted maybe. I had started posting. I made my first post, and you know, like on Facebook, it's like when at the time it was like you friends with one gay person, and that's when everybody else started coming. Like, I don't know what's about that, but yeah, they was just everywhere. They was all over my page. So I wasn't thinking at the time. I was just like, I got Facebook, and I started getting like a lot of reactions and stuff, and majority of the reactions were like gay people. So my family and stuff was seeing this. I was only friends with my brother on Facebook at the time, and mind you, some of the people that were reacting to my stuff, I was like texting and being friends with. But you know, I was just trying to see what it was about. I wasn't, you know. So I remember being at home. This was the weekend. I remember being at home, and my brother, hold on y'all, let me fix my shirt because it keep messing up. My brother had came over to our house, and he came late on the couch, and I was like, that's not normal because he never comes to our house. So, like, literally never comes to our house. So he came. Only time he would come to our house is when he would bring my niece, and I would babysit my niece over that whole summer. Well, I wouldn't even say babysit. I was just keeping my niece, and I wasn't charging nothing, like, cause I was an uncle. Like, I wasn't charging nothing. So that whole summer before this happened, prior to COVID. So he came over and he laid on the couch, and I felt like it was something because why he rarely come over there, like, literally rarely. I'm talking about. Oh, I got a booger in my nose. Oh. He rarely came over there, like, literally. So he laying on the couch. I think we were getting something fixed. I don't know if it was we was getting something fixed. I remember the repairman was there, so I remember him, he kept asking for my phone. He kept asking for my phone. So mind you, me, my mama, and my sister had the same phone. All our phones was on. We all had the same phone. He just kept asking for it, like asking for my phone, and I was like, I knew what I had in my phone, so I'm like, should I? And it wasn't nothing. It was just me texting my friend. So I was like, I don't know. So he kept asking for my phone. So why I go get on the phone? I call my friend and I'm just like, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I called my friend. I remember I went in my mama room and I was like, it's gonna happen. Cause when I went in my mama room, I got some service. It was something. So I give him my phone because he kept asking. I give him my phone. He go outside. I go sit at the kitchen table with my mama because I'm like, I remember sitting there like, should I go ahead and tell her before he tell her? Like, and I'm like, no, I can't do it. And mind y'all, so right before this happened, I had came out to my friends. I came out to one of my friends on her birthday. I came out to my other friend, and I came out to some other people too. And I just felt like I needed to tell them so it can make me be prepared to tell my mama because I had planned on telling her. But he beat me to it. So my brother got my phone. He came back in the house, gave it to me. He went outside and started crying. Y'all, I'm kind of laughing in my head. I ain't gonna lie. I was laughing in my head. I was laughing. I was kind of laughing because it was kind of funny to me though. It really was funny. Like how all of it happened. It was so funny to me because it all could have been avoided. But sitting at the kitchen table with my mama. He bring me my phone back. He go outside crying. He come back in. Mind you, he ain't said nothing to me. Nothing to me. Give me my phone back. He told my mama to come outside, so I go to my room and I look out the blinds. Y'all, I'm just looking out the blinds. And I see my mama was outside laughing. And I could hear because I think I could hear like my room was like right there where they were standing at. So they just he told her basically, and I was like, I heard him when he told her. So one of the friends, the gay friends that I was texting, I guess he knew. I don't know how it went about, but the friend had like a girl name. It was a boy, but they had like a girl name, and I had a friend, a real girl friend that was named that name, and I remember him telling my mama the name, and she was like, no, that's his friend so and so, that's his friend so and so. She was like, that's a girl. Mind you, I had a friend, a gay friend named that name, and a real friend who was a girl named that name. So that's what my mama thought this. So she was like basically denying it, or whatever. So he told her or whatever. She came. Mind you, I'm standing right there listening to them. They still didn't know I was standing there. So after that happened, she came in. Y'all, why I go in her room, sit on the bed and wait for her to come in her room? So she came in there, and she was like, this is how she was, y'all. She was like, this me sitting here. I'm like this. She was like, she came in. She was like, so you gay? And I was like this. I was like, yeah. It's funny now because I could laugh about it now, but then, no. So she was like, so you gay? And she was like, y'all need my nose. She was like, so when was you gonna tell me? And I was like, I was gonna tell you last week. Y'all, I really had planned on, I just couldn't do it. I was gonna text her, I was gonna talk to her. I just couldn't, I couldn't. It was just hard saying it. So she went back out. It was something about the repairman she had to do. So we ended up getting in the car going somewhere, and we didn't say nothing. She didn't say nothing. She just acting normal. So then we get back home. I remember it was like late. I don't know how. I believe it was kind of late in the evening then, and this is around the time when it would get dark quick. So I had this trip coming up. I was supposed to go. I was in the DECA little convention thing. We had to go compete with something, business something, and mind you, I remember at this time I was in 10th grade when this happened. This was right before COVID happened. So this is literally right before COVID. She was just saying all type of stuff towards me. So I went pack my stuff was already packed to go to the thing. So I went and grabbed my stuff and packed it. And she was like, I gotta go to my daddy's house, or I gotta go to my grandmama's house and this and that. So I go get my stuff, and I got my stuff and I just took off. I just took off walking down the road. And it was like she got in her car and she came behind me and I went in the woods. And I was just crying because it hurted me. She told me to go stay with my mom, my grandmama or my dad, and I was just like, no. So I took off. Y'all, why she come get me? Tell me to get in the car. And she hugged me and she was like, she loved me no matter what. And she was just like, I need to get in my Bible or whatever. You know, just the normal stuff. So after that, I didn't have to hear nothing else. That was like the end. This was like the end. And I remember the date. I always remembered it, but that was the end of that. So the next thing come along, I had to talk on the phone with my brother. He called me. No, right, he called me and he was like just asking me all type of questions and this and that, and I was just like, oh my god. Me and him got into it on the phone, blah 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 blah. That happened. So then tell me why he told my sister. I remember this same week he told my sister, we was outside waiting for the bus. I remember this. He told my sister, he was like, um, that I couldn't be around my niece no more. Y'all, I had been keeping my niece that whole summer. I kept my niece that whole summer. It's funny to me now. I kept my niece that whole summer, and he said that I couldn't be around her. Like, I had a whole bond with her, like, everything. You know, she was coming over. Like, I love kids. I really do love kids. So right after, y'all, not even a day later, the next day after they told me, I don't know if he knew that they told me or not, but he said I couldn't be around my niece. Why he text my phone asking me could I keep her? Why he text my phone asking me could I keep her, y'all, the next day? So I told my mama about it. My mama was like, no, you're not keeping her. Didn't he just say, like, at this point my mama was like over it too. She was like, didn't he just say that you couldn't be around her? And I'm like, yeah. So I get in my head, if you want me to keep her, now you're gonna have to pay, because you're gonna tell me I had no problem with keeping her. No problem at all. But you're gonna tell me that you didn't tell me, you said to them, which it got back to me, that I couldn't be around her anymore. Like, what was I gonna do to her? So I told him, only way I'm gonna keep her is if you pay me. And he did not like that at all. So he was like, okay. And I said, okay. That was the last time I talked to him. So then after that, that's when we argued on the phone, and he went and told my whole family, basically. He went and told my whole family, so now everybody knew I'm gay. And my mama was hot about that too, because, you know, it's just like, it's all funny to me now, because nobody in my family was really talking like that, close like that, or with us they wasn't. So he went and told them that I was gay. Y'all, how about these folks call my mama, like, this is like a couple months later. They want to set up a meeting, y'all. We had a whole meeting about me being gay. We had a whole meeting about me being gay, talking about this and that. It was just so unnecessary, because first of all, I don't talk to none of y'all. I don't fool with none of y'all. I don't have to deal with none of y'all on a daily basis. Second of all, when y'all were needed, y'all would know where to be found. So it's like, what's the point of this? That happened, you know. Mind y'all, I got in my head like I'm out the closet now. That's all that was in my head. Like, it was like this whole it was just a lot lifted off of me. Like, so this is when COVID, we was out of school for COVID for a couple months. So now my family know I'm gay. I started posting stuff on Facebook. I remember it had said, it was that post, I'm gonna find it, because I can't really think of it straight off my head. It was, remember when, hold on. It was the post that said, remember when y'all used to call me gay? I can't find it, but that's what it was. I had shared it or whatever, and they called my mama talking about that, y'all. They called her talking about that. So I'm just like, everybody know I'm gay now, so what's the problem? lifted off my shoulder. So that happens then. So it's time. It's almost. I thought we was gonna go back to school before, right after we got out when COVID back. So because mind you, then everybody knew I was gay also, because I thought we was never ever gonna go back to school. So at this time I turned 16. It was almost time to go back to school. So I go back to school. When I tell y'all, it was the best. Like, nobody treated me differently. It was just the best. I guess, like, I just needed to live in my truth, because I was just having, like, it was really the best. Like, I went back to school. I was actually more out of my shell. I was, like, laughing with people, hanging out with people more. I remember I had got my first job, got my first car. I was just cool. You know, I was like, I feel like I was one of the cool kids then, but not like that. I just feel like I could be myself more. So, you know, I'm like, at this point, like, I'm getting a lot of friends, you know, even like straight friends. I'm getting a lot of, you know, friends or whatever. And it was just like the best thing ever. I feel like it was the best thing ever, but I kind of wish I feel like I feel like I came out at a very early age, because it was really hard, because a lot could have went wrong. Like, I could have had a lot in my head then, you know, just going through it. But I made it through that, and I feel like I'm forgetting something. I don't know why, because a lot happened. But yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all. So after that, you know, I'm living my best life. Living my best life. Like, I got my car, I got my job. Me and my brother still don't talk now, which I don't care. You know, life goes on. A lot of my family members I know they accept it, but I just don't fool with them anyway. It's not that they don't fool with me. I don't fool with them. So, oh well. And like, a lot of stuff that people be saying, like, was saying then, it got back to me, because my mama can't hold water. So she would come back and tell me, like, not that she would just be telling me not to hurt me, but, you know, she couldn't hold water. So I was just like, oh well, I'm about to live life, because y'all living y'all life. Ain't nobody telling y'all how to live y'all life. I'm not gonna let y'all tell me how to live mine. Because first of all, none of y'all paying my bills. None of y'all putting no roof over my head. None of y'all provide for me whatsoever. Nothing. Y'all not doing nothing for me. So it's like, why would I listen to y'all? And, you know, but I feel like that was the best thing that ever happened to me. Just him going through my phone made a whole big impact on my life, because that helped me get to where I am now. Like, I probably would have still been in the closet now. I feel like it happened a very good time, because I was just saying, like, I don't know how to come out, but it happened. Like, I was able to come out without me saying it, which, you know, I wish I could have said it, but he did it. He went through my phone and saw it. So y'all, that concludes this video. Until next time, I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Deuces.